Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at a whole bunch of new products. A lot of stuff has gone and been revealed. It's going up for sale in the very near future. It's all stuff to get a little bit excited about. So let's get a little bit excited about it. These are all coming out on January the 14th, which shouldn't surprise anyone. That is the release of Starbirth over in Japan. And by now you should know that when there is a new set dropping in Japan, there is generally a whole bunch of merch to go along with it. Last time I described it as the best set of merch we'd seen in a while. And I meant it, stayed up till 2:30 in the morning ordering a bunch of it. This is not quite on that level, but there is some beautiful stuff here. Now, it should be mentioned, first of all, there is just a whole load of Arceus stuff. We've got ourselves an Arceus deck box. Now, the deck boxes in Japan, they go and retail for 398 yen, which is a ridiculous amount of money. 398 yen, you're talking about £2.50 or $3.40. For these deck boxes, that is nuts. We've then got some sleeves coming along here. They retail for 792 yen. Which is, I suppose, a little more expensive. You're talking somewhere in the region of £5 or $6.80, which is still quite cheap for beautiful sleeves like that. We've got a full-on rubber playmat of Arceus, and these Japanese rubber playmats do tend to be pretty gosh darned awesome. These are retailing for 2,750 yen. Which comes in, obviously, a little more expensive here. You've got £17.50 or about $24, which is not bad for a playmat along those lines. We then have a card binder Arceus with all the lovely energy symbols on the back, and that card binder's coming in at 1,705 yen. Which is somewhere in the region of £11 or $15, which is, not bad for a little binder like that. We then have a damage counter case. It's literally a little case to keep your damage counters in. These get released in Japan every so often. We don't tend to get these, but we tend to use dice, not damage counters. In Japan, they use actual damage counters. And this is 330 yen, which comes in at £2.10 or $2.85, which is ludicrously cheap. And then there is a card-carrying case, Arceus, which comes in at 1,446 yen. Or, to put it into currencies that you guys are more familiar with, it's about £9.20 or $12.50. And that is just a whole bunch of Arceus stuff. Because, of course, Arceus is your poster child for Starbirth. So it makes sense that Arceus would be all over the merch, which is released to coincide with the release of Starbirth. And you will notice, the pose of Arceus here is the same as you see on the booster pack. Now, moving away from stuff that is themed after Arceus, we have the Deck Sleeves Pro Charizard. As a bit of a side note here, don't try and scalp these sleeves. Come on, grow up. Also, the scalping really isn't there for sleeves like this. Maybe the Lily sleeves a few years ago, not here. They're now, unfortunately. But if you like Charizard, these are cool. Now, these are the glossy sleeves, the premium sleeves. They are a little more expensive. These come in at 913 yen, which is somewhere in the region of £5.80 or $7.90. Obviously with a bit of rounding. So if you're into Charizard, great news. These are awesome. And the other premiums, in fact, no, there are a couple premium sleeves. I'll point out which are premium and which aren't. But another set of premium sleeves we see are the V-Star sleeves. Yay! I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, right? It depends how much you're psyched about V-Stars. This is just the V-Star logo stuck on the back of a set of sleeves. It's so weird, but I kind of love it. They had sleeves in Japan that were GX markers for a little while. I mean, you could legitimately use these as V-Star markers. I mean, not if you use these to sleeve your deck as well. That would get too confusing. A judge would probably rule you weren't allowed to use them. But you could just buy a pack of these between you and your mates and all have cool little V-Star markers. These would legit... I mean, anything, as long as it's like a worth of GX markers, anything will count as a V-Star marker, including this. Now, the next sleeve Bidoof are regular sleeves, so we're back to 792 yen here. And it's just a pile of Bidoof. It's not for me, this is not my preferred kind of art style, but I know some of you it will be. Plus, everyone loves Bidoof, apparently. So if you are a fan of Bidoof, yay! This'll work nicely. Another set of premium sleeves, which I believe are the last set of premium sleeves we're going to be looking at today. Yes, they are the... Well, they're called Luminion. But it's not really Luminion, it's Luminion and a whole bunch of other water Pokemon. And then there's a Lugia chilling there for some reason. But I love these sleeves. I don't think I can justify putting in another Pokemon Center order next week. But I kind of want to. Because these are amazing. You got Wailmer on there, you got Starmie, who of course in French is Staros. You've got just so many different ones. And then a kind of wonderful sleeves where every time you look, you see a new Pokemon you didn't spot the last time you were looking at these sleeves. They really are all kinds of wonderful. So, even though the other sleeves we've looked at today, I'm like, nah, they're fine, I can do without them. These are the kind of sleeves that maybe I can't do without. They are kind of beautiful. Now, we've also got some Piplup sleeves coming, and these again, look at them! Look at them! Love me some Piplup sleeves. And Piplup has been getting a lot of love over in Japan lately. They had that whole Project Piplup thing, which had a stamped promo as well. But there were also sleeves and a deck box, which was kind of cool. One of the vending machine coins was a Piplup. There was that Pokemon Center, well, one of the ones they did for Christmas was a Piplup riding a Mantike. Because why not? And Piplup along with Tepig, they are the two best first partner Pokemon they've ever done. So I could be convinced with this one, frankly. And I don't mind telling you that I picked up the Piplup plush and the Piplup promo and both the sleeves and the deck box last time round. So maybe I need these sleeves as well. Now, what is going to really appeal to a whole bunch of you here are the Cynthia and Garchomp. Here you get both a deck box and sleeves. They are the usual prices, but they feature Cynthia and Garchomp. Except, I mean, the sleeves are very much Cynthia and Garchomp. The deck box is very much of a more general Cynthia thing. So you can see there we've got Spiritomb, Milotic, Lucario, and if you've played Gen 4 recently, and let's face it, given the remakes, there's a very good chance you played Gen 4 recently, these will seem very, very familiar. Of course, you will notice what we've basically got here are a whole bunch of things that match what we see in Starbirth. That's always the case. All of this merch matches some stuff we saw in Starbirth. So, like, we've got the Luminion sleeves, and Luminion V is one of the big cards from Starbirth. That's not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. Not even a little bit. Now, there's also a pair of, well, a sleeve deck box pair. What we've got here are the Battle Start. And it's basically Charizard, Lucario, and Pikachu. Charizard and Lucario are in the set. I don't think Pikachu is. If I remember correctly, I don't think there is a Pikachu in Starbirth, but it's Pikachu. I think they're making an exception. There is Raichu V, but remember Raichu V being a basic Pokemon means that there's not a corresponding Pikachu. So that is a little bit weird to me, frankly, ladies and gentlemen. Hey-ho, I'm sure we'll survive. So yeah, these are around if that's the kind of thing that you are into. We've then also got ourselves, and this is, you know, again, where it's just making me super jealous, we've got Writer Report. Now, the lovely Primal Lugia over at Poké Guardian has added some extra info here. These are drawn by Noriyuki Ichigawa. And again, I'm sorry for any terrible pronunciation going on here, but it's a picture book author and manga artist, according to the lovely Primal Lugia, who tends to be pretty good at looking up this kind of stuff and sharing the info. And they're beautiful. Like, the sleeves are literally just a list of your Pokemon from early on in Gen 1. Like, you've chosen Charmander as your first partner Pokemon. You've then got your Pikachu, your Pidgey, your Poliwag. Pidgey? Your Bellsprout and your Rattata. Like, tell me that's not an amazing set of sleeves. We've then also got a deck box which kind of matches it nicely, though is very different artwork. So, yeah. I want these. I'll be honest with you, these are amazing. Then we've got the deck box exhausted with just a bunch of Pokemon that have already fainted, including, for some reason I don't understand, a Score Bunny that's fainted on a Poliwhirl. I don't really understand. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. This is another example of the deck box and sleeves having very, very similar artwork, unlike the sleeves and deck box we just saw, so, you know, something to bear in mind. And then finally, because, man, there's a lot of new stuff here, we've got another cool thing coming in, My Rentar's Story. That is the Japanese name for Luxray. And we all love Luxray. Again, we've all played Gen 4 recently, so we should all have a lot of love for Luxray. And it's really cool. Like, the deck box has just got the 3 parts of the evolution line just kind of chilling. But then on the deck sleeves, you've actually got, well, you've got a story going on there. You know, you've got your Shinx running around playing with his little friends. You've got your Luxio. Is he battling those poison Pokemon? I'm not 100% sure. And then you've got your Luxray protecting an egg. It's really cool. And the problem for me, having looked at all of this stuff, is that I had convinced myself I was not doing it this time. I was not staying up till 1, 2 in the morning to order all this stuff. But I adore the Writer Report sleeves and deck box. They are absolutely amazing. Those Piplup sleeves and the Luminion sleeves are amazing. Even if I ignore everything else, there are 3 phenomenal sets of sleeves and a deck box I really want this time. Oh, it's difficult, ladies and gentlemen. So much cool stuff. But I've shown you what it is now, so you can go and make your own decisions about what exactly you think is amazing and what exactly you don't think. So, let me know, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that fun stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.